This video discusses real criminal cases for educational and documentary purposes. Viewer discretion is advised. Case 3. James Porter. In the spring of 1982, the Giuliani family lived just outside the small city of Yale, Michigan. Roger and Elizabeth Giuliani were known in their community as devoted parents who regularly attended church and were well liked by neighbors. Together, they had adopted 4 children and built what appeared to be a stable family life. On the morning of April 7th, Elizabeth spoke briefly with a friend, confirming plans to go bowling later that day. She sounded calm and cheerful. Less than an hour later, when her friend arrived at the home, no one answered the door. What she discovered inside would shock the entire town. Several members of the Giuliani family were found deceased inside the home. Investigators quickly determined that the crime had occurred within a very narrow time window that morning. Despite the severity of the scene, one family member, Roger Giuliani, was ruled out as a suspect due to a confirmed alibi placing him far from the home. Attention soon turned to someone the family had recently had trouble with, a teenage boy named James Porter. James had previously been friends with the family's oldest son, Eric. Their relationship had deteriorated after accusations of theft and a physical confrontation weeks earlier. Witnesses reported seeing James near the home that morning, and people close to him described troubling behavior both before and after the crime. Investigators also uncovered financial activity connected to Eric that raised further suspicion. James Porter was arrested later that day. Although he was only 16 at the time, he was charged as an adult. At trial, prosecutors presented circumstantial evidence, including witness testimony and financial records. The defense argued that there was no direct physical evidence placing James inside the home. After weeks of testimony, the jury found James Porter guilty. He received an automatic sentence of life without parole. Decades later, changes in U.S. law required a new sentencing hearing, but the court ultimately ruled that the original sentence would remain in place. James Porter continues to maintain his innocence. Case 2. The Internet Cafe Fire. In the early 2000s, Internet cafes were extremely popular throughout China. Many operated without licenses, often ignoring safety regulations. One such cafe was located in Beijing's University District. In the early morning hours of June 16, 2002, a fire broke out inside the crowded cafe. Due to locked exits and barred windows, many people were unable to escape in time. The incident resulted in multiple fatalities and numerous injuries. Investigators quickly determined that the fire had been intentionally set. Surveillance footage from a nearby gas station led police to 2 young boys who had purchased gasoline hours earlier. The boys later confessed, stating that they were angry after being banned from the cafe. Their actions, driven by revenge, led to one of the deadliest incidents involving Internet cafes in China's history. The case sparked national outrage and led to a massive government crackdown on illegal cafes across the country. Tens of thousands were shut down, officially in the name of safety, though critics argued it also increased government control over Internet access. The tragedy remains a turning point in China's digital history. Case 1. Christopher Churchill. In the late 1990s, the village of Noble, Illinois was a quiet community where violent crime was rare. That sense of safety was shattered in February 1998. Police discovered multiple members of a single household deceased inside their home. The crime had occurred days earlier, leaving the community in disbelief. Suspicion quickly focused on a teenage boy named Christopher Churchill, a relative of one of the victims. Christopher had a troubled history and had made disturbing statements to people around him in the days following the incident. During police questioning, Christopher confessed to the killings. Investigators later recovered physical evidence that supported his confession. At trial, Christopher was found guilty on all counts. Like many juveniles at the time, he received an automatic sentence of life without parole. Although later legal changes questioned such sentencing practices, records show that Christopher remains incarcerated today. These cases raise difficult questions about youth violence, accountability, and how the justice system handles extreme crimes involving minors. If you enjoy documentary-style true crime content that focuses on facts rather than sensationalism, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching.